Hello everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Rock and Roll English where I have something amazing for you and it is totally free, so have a listen. So I feel like I have been neglecting you a little bit. So neglecting you means maybe not giving you as much attention as I should, because as you may or may not know, I also have another job now. I work at a university in London and that takes up a lot of my time, as I'm sure you can imagine, plus obviously the two children don't help. But anyway, things are starting slowly to settle down, so I've decided to do something big and totally for free, and something that will bring you a lot of value. I am running a 2-week vocabulary challenge called Advanced English Vocabulary for Lazy People. That's right, for lazy people like you. Now, if you heard that and thought, is he talking to me? Is he calling me lazy? Yes, I am talking to you lazy, as I'm sure that you are lazy, just like me. I'm sure you say all the time, like I do, I want to improve my English. Obviously, I say I want to improve my Italian, not my English. And I'm sure that although you want to improve your English, you never study. Just like I never study to improve my Italian. Why? Because we are lazy. And because we have got other better things to be doing. So that's why I've created this challenge. It's for lazy people like you. I could say it's for busy people like you, but I prefer lazy because you don't need to do anything. You don't need to study. But I guarantee you will have a big boost in your English vocabulary. I would even go as far as to say this will be the biggest boost to your English vocabulary in years. In fact, you know what? I'm going to guarantee it. So I guarantee to you that this will be the biggest boost to your English vocabulary that you have had in years. Now, I can make that guarantee as I know that you haven't studied in the last few years. So your vocabulary probably hasn't had that big boost in the last few years. And I am 100% sure my no study method works because I already have the feedback to prove it, but you will hear more about that later. So here's how the challenge works. The challenge will begin on the 21st of May, so we have a few weeks. And on that day, you will receive a secret podcast from me. And in the podcast, I will tell you some funny stories to help you learn 3 pieces of vocabulary. Now, you may ask, what type of vocabulary? Now, it could be a phrasal verb, an idiom, some British slang, lots of different things. I'm going to carefully choose this vocabulary. Then, on the next day, on the 22nd of May, you will receive another podcast from me and you'll hear some more funny stories, and again, you will learn 3 new pieces of vocabulary. But the best thing is that the vocabulary from the previous day will be recycled. Then, on the next day, the 23rd of May, you will receive another podcast from me, and again, you'll hear some funny stories and you'll learn 3 new pieces of vocabulary. But now, the vocabulary from the previous 2 days will be recycled. Do you see what's happening here? The vocabulary is constantly being recycled in different contexts. And what does this do? It creates neuroconnections in your brain, because your brain will start to think, I've heard that word before. Then after the 5th or 6th or 7th time that you hear that word, your brain will remember the word automatically. So the only thing that you will need to do is listen to a short podcast, no studying or anything like that. And then you will be able to impress your friends and colleagues at work with your new amazing vocabulary. And again, just to repeat, the best thing is you won't need to study. There are no lists to memorize, no books to study, no nothing. The only thing you need to do is listen to a short and entertaining podcast every day for 2 weeks. In fact, the podcast will be less than 10 minutes. Now, I am calling this a 14-day challenge, which makes it maybe seem like you will be doing lots of stuff. But again, all you will need to do is listen to 14 podcasts. That is the challenge. Because remember, this challenge is made for lazy people like you. Because even you can listen to, I don't know, an 8-minute podcast, can't you? Even you can do that, especially as you will be able to do that whilst you are driving, whilst you are running, whilst you are walking the dog, or in any other situation you find yourself. So if you would like to take part in this challenge, click the link in the podcast you are listening to right now. You just need to insert your name and email address. Then on the 21st of May, I will send you the first podcast of the 2-week challenge. And that is it. Obviously, any questions, just let me know. But just to recap, it's a 2-week challenge. It's totally free. It will be the biggest boost to your English vocabulary in years. So what the hell are you waiting for? Click that link in the podcast you are listening to right now, and I will talk to you very soon. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.